Alright, I want to talk about implants and witchcraft. The ones that focus a lot of energy to the mind and have the plants up there in the mind somewhere. They're prone to just irrational thoughts, and they are basically neutralized just with just constant mental issues, to put it simply. And then the sadistic ones are the ones that get trained for the higher level witchcraft, and essentially they go around and they use their power or their drac and demon infestations to infect others. And it's almost like a biological weapon or a disease that they're spreading. As I reported before, when these people get around you, they could project these class 1A microbes onto others. And then on a different level, there's a kind of fights over power. What all the dracs and demons, who they go into. And essentially that's basically who's ever, they say, the craziest or the toughest or the biggest target or the most evil. There's all different reasons. So the power usually goes into one person over another in high level witchcraft. But in the basic implanting, one witch or a team of witches will try to come in contact with their target or whoever they want to manipulate for one reason or another, cast a spell on. And what they do is they try to set up some interaction usually with that target. It's kind of like the conscious spell, like I said before, waving a wand at something, but usually they want to interact with that person. One old Vatican priest walked over, and as I held the door open for him, because he was an old man with a cane who was shuffling along, he reached out with his hand and he like made a mark on my chest real quick. And a few moments later, I came down with a lot of chest pain. They do this a lot by waving their arms around, stamping their feet. It's some sort of physical manifestation of their consciousness that they're projecting onto others. And basically what happens is, if the target is easily manipulated, they're easily manipulated. But some people who are stronger and put up a fight and continue to do what they need to do in life and try to deal with whatever issues they might be having, more and more witches will gang up on them. More and more witches will come around them. And when you get more and more of these negative people around you that are basically just tools of the Greys, you're going to feel that. If you get around these people that basically kill other people and enslave and conduct mind control rituals over others, they are very low frequency people. They're garbage. And they carry with them a very erratic, negative, and painful frequency. I've fought the worst witches from all over the planet. And they would put me in houses with them. They would put me in condo complexes with them. And eventually, their negative consciousness, their negative frequency infects the other people like a biological weapon or a disease. When I was in my apartments and condos, and I would feel these terrible feelings overcome me, these terrible feelings, I thought at the beginning it was all just electronic harassment. Different weapons that create energy fields that cause this. But as I progressed, not only do they use this technology, but it goes above and beyond that. And even the government has weird programs called like Weird Science and Freaking Magic. And it's these people that you come in contact with, these people that do the most terrible things you could ever imagine. And they carry with them, in them, these Dracs and demons that are the most evil things in the universe. You're gonna feel that. And it comes through as like pain, nervousness, racing thoughts, chest pain. Just being around them is painful. And let me explain something. A lot of people who are not very conscious, they're not aware of this. They're easily to manipulate by these witches. They found that they put these witches in with some people, and just being around them, just having a next door neighbor that's a witch, drives some people to do insane things. So when you hear about these people that, snap and hurt their children, they drown kids in the bathtub, they put kids in a microwave. There was a homeless guy that went nuts and started chewing another guy's face off. They said it was like a zombie attack. These are all people who got implanted, who came in contact with the cult and were infected. In public, if some witches get around other people, the other people react either with fear and nervousness or kind of anger. Now what's unfortunate is a lot of people deal with these problems by taking it out on the people that are in their family or circle of friends, or acting out in public. It's like some people are so used to going out in public and putting on their game face and acting real polite and having etiquette and just conducting themselves properly, and all this stress builds up, especially if they've come in contact with the Vatican or the Order or the Brotherhood. And then when they get home, they end up taking it out on their wives and children, or their family members, or their significant others. Women take it on their husbands. Witches notice they get off on just being around other people. They could get people to act with anger and act strangely, and they think it's a real big joke. So it got me in trouble with my wife, but I wouldn't take it out on my friends and family. I knew what was happening. So I started kind of getting wise and getting obnoxious and projecting anger back on these witches when I saw what they were doing. When I saw it was a game. They're used to people just ignoring them as they perform these evil acts, and they get off on them. They think it's a real big joke. They come in contact with people, and the people, like I said, start acting like jerks to each other and start getting into arguments, start acting crazy, and the witches stay in the background laughing about it. So they really don't like me that, I act with sympathy to the people around me, because I know what they're going through, and I kind of give it right back to the witches. They've involved these type of people around casinos, for instance. There's a couple movies about people who are just bad luck, and they say it's some old, some old trick or some old superstition. But they seriously have involved witches in security and so forth at the casinos, and they know as somebody who is an intelligent card player or studies the game and attempts to beat the game. They know odds, they know the game very well, and they go to the casino and attempt to win. Oftentimes they'll send quote-unquote security guards or undercover security agents to watch them, or just watch anybody who might be having a run of good luck. And just their presence alone causes people to become disoriented in their thinking, and they make errors, they bet incorrectly, and they end up losing the money that they won. This is a reality. This is not some superstition. And I noticed this because when I would leave the house and I would like go out somewhere and try to kind of go out into the woods, and I had like a place that I hiked to by a reservoir, and I had a little campsite, and I was just practicing just building like structures out there and building fires in different conditions and getting to know the woods around there. And you know, I would be fine, and then on the way back down the hiking trail, they would have someone walk past me who looked like a witch, and instantly I'll start having chest pain or these symptoms. So this is the power that they have, and it's taken over our government, and the CIA basically are witches that are trained in all this. And like I said, they have the different programs with different alien logos or weird science and freaking magic, and they basically use it, they weaponize this. And the Vatican has been using this for centuries. They're the cult. They're the highest level cult, and there's orders within the Vatican and brotherhoods within the Vatican that specialize in this, and they are the highest level of witchcraft and utilizing these implants to affect others. So it's unfortunate people who are in the government have to come in contact with these people. People who have jobs and have to come in contact with these people. It's rough. It's almost unavoidable that you're going to get implanted. And instead of bringing yourself a case of beer and vegging out in front of the TV, is to practice some of these meditation techniques that I taught you. It's important to go out and take a walk or exercise in your house. Go swimming, because this has also helped people relieve the negative stress, because subconsciously the body kind of pushes them out, especially when you exert yourself. That's why I like working outdoors and having a physical labor job, because it keeps your mind busy, keeps your body healthy, and subconsciously you take a lot of deep breaths, you move the energy through your chakra system and out the top of your head. So you want to focus a lot of energy at the top of your head while you're breathing, and pretty soon you're going to be able to feel where they have the different blocks. And they always like to put the blocks around the base of your skull, right in the back of your head, at the base of your skull, right around your cerebellum, your pineal gland. That's where they hit everybody.